Right, guys, thank you for hanging in there. I think it's pretty cool. Anybody who wants to watch this type of stuff, God. Um, this is where the skeletons came in. So, this is what it looks like in total, right? It's a sort of a half-size painting, and I had just done a few smaller ones where I just, tried to get the shape of the bones and all that more or less right. Still quite impressionist. I think this is utterly hysterical. Him driving in an invisible car. And there's the logo to whomever of you identifies that. I was getting driving lessons in a BMW. So that's why I thought this was totally funny to do. And still, no harm done, no harm, no foul. And just me messing around as usual. However, then this stuff came out. As you can see, I think I might say that I have less and less of an idea where I am in all this. Focus, thank you. There's 3 winged harpy type figures, and there is another female in the flesh in the left hand bottom corner of the thing, and having a conversation with another skeletal figure. Somehow I freaked myself out doing this, and even though I still, kind of like the colors, and I also, I couldn't have not done this. I couldn't not have gone into this type of material. I needed to find the darker side, whatever that meant. And growing up with my mother, one of my problems was that I wasn't supposed to have a dark side. Is another little, tidbit of oil paint information. Here again, you have dark background here, a layer of some sort of pale stuff over the top, a couple of layers. Once all that is dry, over that goes a white band of some sort. And I suppose I rubbed away over the middle of that with a cloth or a brush or both, with turpentine. And what that does is it leaves this kind of a layer. You can see where it's more yellow in the middle, right? So the white was there first, and then the layer of yellow, very thin layer in the middle, came over the top of that. And in between, I used the turpentine again, which you normally use to rinse brushes with, to go in there and to generally mess around. And this type of sun ray here like that is just using a microscopic amount of brighter paint over the top of a dark surface. So this is the type of stuff that I can still, enjoy doing very much. Only it's not enough. Having the technical bits and the fun of the fun of messing around with colors and substance and contrast and landscapes and depth and volumes and all the rest of it, it cannot be satisfying forever. So, moving on from there, what I see now is I have quite a large collection of other images or attempts at things. And this one here, I think I made this about halfway through my working career, when I was, being a sales representative for a company, and I had immensely long working hours, and very little time to myself. And what strikes me about this one is it's another image that fell into my head. Two things really. The first thing that really struck me was I am here, okay? I'm not really a very worked out figure. I'm just more or less a sketch in a couple of layers of paint, smiling or not. It's just a sketch of a person. And there is life, right? Life in the yellow field. And I'm outside of it. So this is an image, I think, of how distant I felt, how much removed from the center of life, especially with other people, I felt. And all I could see from my position right there is the outside of the field and a couple of interesting looking reflections in the sky and reflection over there of another reflection and stuff like that went on forever. That's part one. The other part that I find kind of cool about this painting is that I sort of invented these lines with these little dots like that, or circles on like a crown type, or an aura on a saint's halo on an old-fashioned medieval painting. And after I'd done this, maybe even a couple of years later, I remembered suddenly that I had seen my father make these. So that's a really cool bit. But I had to sort of make it first and then look at it again and again a couple of times. And I felt like, hey, I have seen that type of thing before. Wow. And because I was, I don't know, 5 years old at the latest when I had seen that last, I suppose I can forgive myself that I didn't remember it instantly. Memories can be deeply hidden. I'm going to pause again, and I will see you for the penultimate session in a bit.